On guard, prepare to defend yourself.
Good morning, friends. Happy Wednesday and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are going to be doing something a little different. I bought some Osso buco. I've got 2 of them here that we got at Keener Family Farms over the weekend. And Osso buco is an interesting cut of meat. It comes from the foreleg of the cow, so like the upper arm or leg. And it has part of the bone with the marrow in that. You can see that in both of these pieces here, that beautiful marrow in there. And so I have never made Osso buco before, so this is going to be a first for me as well. I've heard that it's a really great cut of meat and a wonderful Italian dish, and being that I am part Italian, I always love Italian food, even though I no longer eat any pasta. So we are going to get these started. I'm going to take my handy dandy scissors and open these up and get them seasoned and braised, starting early in the morning because these need to cook for about 8 hours. They are normally a tougher cut of meat. Look how beautiful that is. And so they need a good 8 hours in the crock pot. So in order to get them cooked and ready to eat by the time hubby comes home, we need to start very early. We are going to season them with salt. And of course I'm using the Himalayan pink salt and pepper. Both sides. I don't like getting meat juice all over my spice containers. All right, now we're going to take them over to the stove and get them braised. We always start with tallow. Get some nice fat in there. Get that melted. I have my pan at medium high. And I am going to do these one at a time because the pan isn't quite big enough to do both of them together. So when we're braising, what we're looking to do is we're sealing all of those juices inside the meat. And you want to get the edges too. I wish you could smell it. It smells amazing. I'm going to turn the heat down in my pan to just below medium. Actually, I'm going to pull that off the heat for a moment. Let it cool down slightly. And then to deglaze the pan and get all of those burnt goodies out of there, we are going to put some red wine in our pan. And make sure we get up all those little bits of meat into this red wine. right, let's go get our crock pot ready. I always like to start with a nice onion underneath my meat. So, and this is a red onion or purple onion. I like to think of them as purple onions. And that's what they look like to me. They look purple. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just give them a rough little chop like that. I'm basically just cutting them. I'm going to cut this one in thirds. And then into my crock pot here. And I'm just going to drop these onions. Make sure they're not all stuck together. I'll show you what we're looking at here. Just kind of like that. Just a little layer on the bottom. And of course I keep all my ends. I've got some mushrooms in here from soup the other day. And I'm just putting all of these onion ends, not the skins, or not all of them. Put them in my baggie and that'll go back in the freezer in a moment. I've got some organic carrots. And I'm just going to give these, since they're baby carrots, I'm just going to chop them in half. Because these on the bottom here are mainly just to add flavor. So, just a few little carrots here. That's it. And I've got some organic celery. And I'm just going to do the same thing. Take off the ends. And the ends again are going to go right in my bag for making stock later this weekend. And just give them a nice rough chop like so. And get them in there. So we've got a nice veggie base. I will show you what it looks like in there. So we just have a nice little base for our meat to sit on. Here is our lovely meat. Put that right on top. And we are going to pour our wine reduction right on top of all of that. And then, I know it seems complicated. I don't have any more beef stock. I have used it all. But I do have chicken stock, and that will work just as fine. We just need some chicken stock or bone broth, so that's what I'm using this time. I'll pour that all in there with it as well. I want to get that fat puck out of there if I can. Might have to cut it. We want all that fat too. And for a little extra flavoring, I have some bay leaves. These are fresh. Now I'm just going to sprinkle a few of them on top there. I also have some thyme. Time is on my side, or in this case, I guess, in my hands. But we'll put some thyme in there. Fresh is always best. I'm just going to use the whole thing. And also rosemary. I absolutely love fresh rosemary. I'm going to put 2 sprigs of that in there. So now I'll let you see what it looks like. So there is our pot. I'm going to turn it on, put the lid on, and that is going to cook for 8 hours. And we will be back after that, or well, we'll check on it here and there. We're also going to add some shallots to it a little bit later. So now it's time for me to take a shower. Be back in a jiffy. We are almost done. I wish you could smell that. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and I'm going to make some mashed potatoes to go with it. Since there's only 2 of us and I don't eat potatoes normally, I will tonight because I think it'll go really great with dinner. So I'm only doing 3 potatoes. I'm doing russet potatoes. Normally I would do red potatoes. They tend to make really, really good mash, but russets work just fine. So I'm just going to chop these up and get them boiling. I always like to rinse my potatoes to get some of the starch out. So as you can see, I've just got some hot water and I just kind of rinse them until I have clear water. And now that the water is clear, I'm going to put them on the stove to boil. My potatoes are mashed. I'm going to add some butter, and I always add it before I mash it. Don't know why, just that's the way I've done it. Cold hard butter. And salt and pepper, again with my pink Himalayan salt. And pepper. And then I use a fork to mash. That's just a personal thing, I guess. I didn't have a potato masher for the longest time, and I just got really comfortable with using a fork. So even when I have an actual potato masher, I'm not inclined to use it. Because a fork works just as well. So I still don't think I have a potato masher. Do I, honey? Do I have a potato masher?
Yeah, I think we got one.
Do we have one? I just don't use it. You do what you like with what you have. And I like a decent amount of butter in my mashed potatoes. And when I've got them fairly mashed up, to make them extra yummy, sour cream. This is the key to absolutely delicious mashed potatoes. I never use milk anymore. Always sour cream. It makes them creamy and it lends that zing to it. So that's how I make my mashed potatoes. I've also got shallots and parsley on the stove with some tallow and butter. And next we're gonna build the plates and then we're gonna devour it. They were supposed to look prettier, but it works. You ready to eat it, honey?
Oh yeah. On guard. Prepare to defend yourself. Try a piece of this?
Yes.
Oh yeah. That's really good.
That is good. Ooh.
Yeah, I wish I'd tried that before. I don't know why I waited so long to try it.
That's definitely a winner.
Yeah, that's
well,
good.
We are going to go ahead and eat this up. Bon appetit. I will catch y'all later. Thanks so much for watching this video if you've lasted this long. Give yourselves a round of applause. Have a great evening. Mwah. Toodles.